I would first like to begin by thanking Mr. Hatfield, the ladies and gentlemen of the press, and everyone else who came together today to meet this afternoon. I firmly believe that it is important that the people of our district hear our ideas and the direction we plan to take this district. I've spent my life in northwestern Pennsylvania, and living in this area has made me the person I am today. I learned the importance of hard work, being active in my community, family values, and faith, which were instilled in me by my parents. My parents also taught me that getting a good education would open up many opportunities for me in the future. After graduating from Northeast High School, I spent 4 of the best years of my life right here at Mercyhurst University. After earning my bachelor's degree, I went on to earn my law degree at Duquesne University. I practiced business law while teaching law courses part-time at Duquesne. I then opened up my own car dealership where I created more than 150 middle-class jobs for our area, and of course selling American-made Ford vehicles. I also have an amazing wife and 2 beautiful children, without whom I could not be standing here today before you. My family is my rock, and it is with their support that I am able to go on to represent the district I love. Being a small business owner and a law professor has given me the opportunity to see firsthand how jobs are created and the struggles that college students and their families have today with the soaring costs of higher education. I have an economic plan that will create economic growth like we have never seen before in this area. My plan has 3 parts: making our district business friendly by lowering taxes on small businesses, giving students the opportunity to get a good education for the jobs that are in demand in our district, and taking advantage of our abundance of natural resources like natural gas and coal. When talking to business owners in our district, they'll often tell me that the taxes are too high, which has prevented them from hiring more people. I believe we need to do everything in our power to create a climate for growth to get folks in our district working again. I favor enacting common sense pro-growth policies that will give small businesses and entrepreneurs renewed confidence in our economy and remove the barriers to growth that stifle economic recovery and hamper job creation. These barriers include burdensome government regulations that limit the private sector's ability to invest, grow, and create jobs here in northwestern Pennsylvania. We also need to work tirelessly to take advantage of our natural resources. I want to further policies that will encourage the development of the Marcellus Shale by developing energy right here in our district. We can decrease our addiction to foreign oil while simultaneously enhancing job growth. Our district is in a great position to become a leader in the development of natural gas and coal, and I believe that by working with emerging industries like the shale industry, these new resources can provide invaluable sources of energy as well as sustainable, high-quality, high-paying jobs for years to come. Finally, we need to focus on the accountability, flexibility, and local control of our education system. We need to expand parental choice and not impose a one-size-fits-all solution to education. We also need to lessen the burden on Mercyhurst students and their families by working with Pennsylvania's congressional delegation to find solutions to reduce the rising cost of higher education. But we also need to be able to train and retrain for the jobs that are in demand right now. We need to make sure that we're supporting trade schools and the flexibility and specialized training they provide. In today's global economy, we must have an educated workforce, and that is why I will put an emphasis on education and making sure that everyone has an opportunity to obtain a good education. I have a comprehensive plan to improve our education system. That is why local educators such as 6th grade teacher Dawn Roach and Rolling Ridge principal Cindy Zajac have both endorsed me for my campaign. I also want to make sure that teachers like Dawn can count on a pension that was promised to them when they were first hired, which is why we need to reform our pension system. Over 35 cents of every dollar earned in Pennsylvania goes to pensions. As your representative, I will work to reform this pension crisis by requiring new state employees to pay into their pensions as private sector employees do. This plan would not impact current retirees. It would ensure that current teachers and retirees would continue to have their pension. And in the long term, it would lower taxes for the hardworking families in the district because the burden would be lessened on school districts throughout northwestern Pennsylvania, which are currently having trouble paying their current retirees the pensions they were promised, independently of raising taxes. If elected, I will also fight every day to ensure that current members of our military and veterans receive the benefits they deserve, which is why Vietnam War veteran Brett Weaker has endorsed my candidacy. I, unlike my opponent, will never criticize the brave men and women currently serving in uniform by suggesting that they are murderers of the innocent. Our troops are our true heroes, and I could never believe otherwise. This election is about a choice between continuing on our current path of high poverty, high taxes, and economic stagnation, or a path of economic prosperity, fiscal discipline, and less intrusive government. According to the Erie Times News, 28,114 of the residents of Erie County live below federal poverty guidelines. 17,089 children in our county live in poverty. One out of 3 people in Erie County rely on a food pantry, soup kitchen, or other meal programs just to survive. And the city of Erie has the second highest rate of poverty in the state of Pennsylvania. This disparity is the new normal under the guidance of radical liberals such as Kathy Dahlkemper, Flo Fabrizio, and Ryan Bizzarro, all of whom have endorsed my opponent. Those are unacceptable numbers, and we will do better if I am elected. The hardworking families and our children cannot afford Matt Hatfield and more reckless liberal policies that have already damaged our county and our district. I won't measure our success of reducing poverty by how many people get on welfare or obtain minimum wage jobs, as Mr. Hatfield and his endorsers do. I will measure it by how many people are able to get off welfare and find employment at good paying jobs and careers. I also will never vote to decrease school transparency, as 2 of my opponent's endorsers did when they voted against the School Watch Act, which would have required schools to make their budgets available to taxpayers. If you believe the high poverty, high taxes, and economic stagnation is acceptable for our district, then Mr. Hatfield is your guy. But if you believe that we can give the kids in our district an opportunity to obtain a good education, that we can create high-paying jobs and careers, and take advantage of our vast natural resources, then I ask for your vote. Stand with me, stand with Don Roach, stand with Cindy Zajac and Brett Weaker, and fight for a better Northwest Pennsylvania. We can all do a lot better. Thank you, God bless you, God bless the United States.